What's good, everybody? Welcome to a Chop It Up. We are rocking in the Midnight Lounge spot tonight. Is because I got a topic that I want to talk about, and I think it deserves um, um, a few topics that I think deserve like some real seriousness at the same time. A deep dive. I don't know why I said deep dive right there because we're going to be talking about Diddy, and I don't know if deep dive is the appropriate word to describe what's going on. But before we get started, I'm going to bring in my guy. Yeah. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, put them drinks down and get on your feet. Put your hands together for the R&B sensation, DSJ. Ladies and gentlemen, DSJ. What's good, boss?
Hey, what's going on, Unc? How you feeling?
Man, I'm all right, man. I'm all right. I'm all right, bro. Yo, I'm all right, man. We got a lot to talk about, man.
Yeah, we do.
So we have a lot to talk about, man. But before we get too deep into again, well, I guess before we talk about the Diddy topic, how was your weekend?
It was great. I just got back. Boston was a trip. And I had a great time. We
Okay.
performed out there. We did our thing, and
Okay.
made some good contacts.
Okay. And so I saw a bit on Instagram.
Yeah.
I saw a bit on Instagram. I think I saw like a minute of it. I think it's all that was recorded or all
Right.
that was shared.
Yeah. For the moment, everything that was shared
Yeah,
in
man.
that particular time.
So how's it feel performing in front of a different audience, man?
Oh, it was great. It was great. Honestly, it was comfortable, despite, being in a different state. The way I attack, every performance is just try to put on a great show, just to try to make sure that the audience leaves, what I'm saying, satisfied. And, for me, that's it's always great to get that, that look, that, surprised. Oh wow, I didn't know he was coming with that kind of flavor, what I'm saying? And just to be able to
So
rock
you
out,
blew them
and
away.
I did all right. Yeah, I did what I could, what I'm saying? Not
Okay.
now but Caroline House, the whole team, True Music, um, Quick Tempered, and Gorilla Khan, they did a fantastic job. I was real proud of, what I'm saying, them just going on stage, doing their thing. Um, and of course, just like I said, just getting that recognition.
Okay. So I got my guy backstage. Hold on for a split second. Let me do this real quick. Just be patient with me. Where is it? Bim. Yo, Chuck,
Yeah. Good evening, gentlemen. How y'all doing?
What
good
up,
man.
Chuck? What's going on?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Salute. We got King Ribby in the chat. Salute. Brooklyn's finest is in the building.
Yes, sir.
Before we go any further, I just want to say salute. Thank you to everybody that's joining and watching us tonight. So we're gonna have an in-depth conversation about a number of things, right? And they're going to be Diddy related, entertainment related. All are going to be related to each other. But before I get there, I want to first say that if you want to support the Carolina House Entertainment Movement, click on the link on their Patreon page. I have their Patreon page in the chat. Click on the link, browse the about page to see what they're about. Browse the info page and consider becoming a member to help out Carolina House going forward. They're a grassroots group, right? They're not a big band backed by a major label. They're trying to find their way, but they have dope content. And if you want to be a part of the wave, consider joining their Patreon page as a member to follow what it is they do. And if you are able, consider upgrading to a paid membership of maybe $2 a month, which for a year amounts to about $24 a year to help these guys with things that normal labels do, right? But with your help, it'll ease the burden of those type things. And what they'll do in turn is share new music. They'll share behind the scenes interviews and things like that. They'll make sure that it's a fully encompassing experience for you, right? So it's a give and take on both sides. I really appreciate Carolina House Entertainment, and I'm sure you will as well once you get to know who they are and listen to their content. So it's quick tempered, true music, and the original Delano Steel, and some others, right? So just consider that, right? Chuck, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm I'm good, man. I can't complain.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. DSJ, the Diddy thing, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you, right? As I thought about this topic, man, for a vibes, all I thought about was didn't Diddy tell you that he can't stop, won't stop?
Uh-uh.
Yo, did he tell you that with more money come more problems? Didn't he?
Yeah. Listen, there's been a lot of innuendo, a lot of allegations and speculations before this whole um uproar. So,
Right,
a lot of people have already kind of peeled back the curtain a little bit, so to say, on
right,
the situation.
right.
And at this point, it just feels like the chicken's coming home to roost a little bit.
Yeah. Chuck, did you see this coming?
Um, I thought it would have happened a while ago. Um, because like DSJ mentioned, you heard things, you heard rumblings for years. Um, Different people, not even necessarily people with an axe to grind. I particularly remember an interview with Exhibit, and he talked about some strange things happening and going on. And he was like, I'm out. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know what type of time this dude is on. So, um, first and foremost, your personal business is your business, you know.
Right.
But these allegations, you inflicted harm on others with your sexual kinks, and so that is a no-no. And I'm more than certain that there's going to be more things to come out for sure. Um, like the old saying, what was done in the dark will come to the light. And so um, this is not surprising. Um, a lot of these guys that ran in those particular circles, quite a few of them have already been caught up and stuff. And um, just take Russell Simmons for instance. These guys have been doing things in the public view for years, and no one said anything. You know, we just went along with it. It was okay for this old man to be showing up on red carpets with a 16-year-old girl. No one said anything. And then finally, when he wanted to say, you know, make this an issue, he dipped. Never been back.
Yep.
So, you know, but yeah, this didn't surprise me.
I don't understand it, bro. DSJ, you understand it, bro?
It's not for us to understand. I think again, people have different fetishes, and um, again, to quote, Chuck, different kinks, in their lifestyle, and I mean, a lot of it, honestly, if you think about it, though, a lot of it is not new at all. Like even the fact with Stevie J's situation, this isn't his first leaked sexcapade with cameras, because he, what I'm saying, down had to downplay the situation. Even though he was in a relationship with Eve, they had a leaked tape that came out. Um, so again, just people exploring their I guess wanting desires. I just feel like at some point, like where it gets to the point where you look at it with disdain, is the fact that you're not using it solely for your carnal pleasure. You're using it as a influence of power.
I gotta be careful with my words with this conversation, because I said I want to touch. I was about to say I want to touch on that topic, and then I stopped myself. But before I do that, let me bring in my guy. Hold on. Soulfinger, what's good, brother?
What's happening, fellas? What's going on?
So, figure, what's going on, Chief?
Oh man, nothing much. DSJ, Freezy, and my man Chuck. Been a minute,
Salute,
man.
my guy.
Last time I talked to you, man, the Ark was still a 4x4.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
Man.
Yeah, man.
So,
DSJ, I want to. So I think there is a responsibility to the public, though, that is owed. Now, in terms of people's sexual preference and what they do with who they do it with, is their business, right? I don't care. I mean, I legit could care less, right? But when we talk about stuff like trafficking, when you talk about people being roofied, so to speak, when you
With the
talk
Bill
about
Cosby.
yeah, when you talk about people waking up they
Sore.
go to bed heterosexual, they wake up, it's a man in the bed with them. Good morning, sunshine. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
you wait, yeah, you go to
Easy
bed.
snowflake. Nah,
You
Yes.
start off. Hey, you start off with Babette and wake up with Bubba.
Yeah. Yeah, you wake up and there's drawers on the floor and they got dookie stains in the back and in the front.
Yeah,
Whoa.
You like, whoa.
yeah. And you can sit on at it. The cat wake up the next morning, can sit on a watermelon hole. Yeah, we got problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pause. Holy cow. Wow.
Yeah. These are the things. These are the things that I'm talking about, and understand YouTube. I already know what YouTube gonna say. YouTube gonna be like, y'all can't talk about that kind of stuff, right? But whatever, right? My thing is, I think there's a responsibility to people, right? Like, how in the world are you roofing people, right? You
It's
drugging
crazy.
people and things like that, and they wake up in these compromising situations, and you got it on tape.
Yeah, and he up there doing this. Take that, dance. Take that, take that.
Yeah.
No, you took that. You took it.
Oh, oh my goodness, bro. I
Yeah. While
DSJ,
he
these
was in,
are the things I'm talking about. Like if two human beings want to get it on, that's their business. I don't care. I don't care your age, your race, your sex, your background, your finances. I don't care. Right? But when you have stories about maybe people are not 18 or not even 16,
mm-hmm.
right.
you know what I'm saying? Or people coming in thinking one thing and they get done a certain way against their will and they're unaware.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think there is some responsibility, there's some justice that needs to be served, because people should feel safe in any environment that they go in, and if they don't feel safe they should have the option to retreat or leave.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, the thing is with Hollywood, I think for years people have been telling us this and we've been ignoring the signs.
Yeah, it's been like that for a minute. I mean, well, man, Orlando Brown, all
Yeah.
the interviews, people just thought, oh, he's out there. Now you're looking at it like, wow. Because they did, because he went to jail and he remember, like, I remember saying, like, Orlando Brown, who was this kid act child? And I like, oh, I remember him when he was a little kid. We remember seeing he was a little kid in Major Pain. He's going to shave his head and all like that. And after all what they've done to him, man, it ain't enough therapy, pills, or whatever for him, because that cat just gone after the numbers been running on him, man.
Corey Haim, remember the white boy, Corey Haim?
Yeah,
Yep.
Corey
Yeah.
Hayes, yeah,
Both Corys, yeah.
Full code.
yeah,
Yeah.
both of them, man.
Yeah.
Hollywood is a evil is a messed up thing. So you have anybody that started out in Hollywood as a child actor or entertainer, and if they made it through with their sanity and still good to go, that's a rarity, man.
Yeah.
You know what we're talking about this though. I think the one thing I would like to shed a little bit of light on as well, since we're talking Diddy, let's not forget that there's other guys that are involved in the same industry. It's like the head of Nickelodeon, Dan Snyder, who was
Yep.
Yep.
once a child actor himself.
Yep.
Head of the Class was his show that he did with Howard Hessman back in the mid '80s
Yep.
Yep.
Hmm.
as a student, a high school student. Now he
Yeah.
becomes the head of Nickelodeon, and there are stories about him giving kids alcohol. They're drunk on set
Yeah.
of TV shows. So while live studio audiences are watching, these
Yep.
kids are inebriated. They're under the influence.
Right.
Um, Him having fetishes and wanting them to perform for these fetishes, and like at some point,
like putting their feet in their mouth and squeezing on
yeah,
potatoes and all this stuff. Yeah.
yeah, like it's weird that like if you're an adult that has these type of things that you like to do, then okay, that's cool with a consenting adult.
But you don't bring no
Um,
kid in the mix, man.
again, and this is
Like
the
shit.
definition of rape, where you use sexual prowesses not in a means of just sexual gratification, but also as an influence of power.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the type of stuff where again you tread a very dangerous line. Not only can you damage the psyche of your victims, right? But if it leads to like suicide because their mental condition wasn't correct, or you know what I'm saying, they've gone through the trauma without being treated, or without being able to even express themselves healthy in a healthy environment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, now here's a dilemma that I come with. In cases like those where there is clearly a mental issue, and let's say someone takes their life due to these issues that were caused by these influencers, should these influencers also face the charge of homicide due to the fact that it's their actions that led to this person's psychological downfall?
You talking about like a second degree charge, something like
Right,
that,
Like
where they may not,
manslaughter.
yeah, where they may not get like 25 to life, but they get like 10 to 25, something
right.
like that. Yeah, yeah, I could see that. I could see that, but on the
Yep.
thing on the thing of Diddy though, because the other thing, to me the Nickelodeon thing is a gateway, right? The Diddy thing to me is causation and correlation, and there's proof,
Yeah. And
right?
he's got
Absolutely.
yeah. And they're saying he's got video. He's been recording this. So
Right.
he's got all kinds of stuff, man. And you got all the other, it was one of those things in that industry, and that whole industry, they knew what was going on for a lot of them. You know, it's just, that situation right there, man. So say it back on, they need to put him up under that joke, put him up under the jail.
Bro,
You know,
it's the Chuck, it's the silent minority, bro. In my opinion, this would not be done if there were not a secret audience out there clamoring for this.
mm-hmm.
Well, there's always been an audience for this. It has even been praised. There was a guy by the name of Hugh Hefner who had a house where there were young women naked 24/7. It was a rite of passage for a lot of the Hollywood elites to go to the. You had to be invited. Couldn't just go.
Right.
And uh, Hugh Hefner was applauded. You 80
Right.
years old and you got 5 girlfriends in their 20s.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All of this, a lot of the allegations from some of the earlier stars are linked back to uh, the Playboy Mansion, underage girls. How are there underage girls at your parties? Why are there underage girls at your party?
Right.
Oh, this is something that you guys are into. Epstein is not an anomaly. He's the norm.
He built an empire because there was a market.
Right. If there was no market for that, he would be some guy eventually caught in a chat room
Mm-hmm.
by some officers. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I think? What I find that's really wild when you think about sex trafficking of minors and all like that. What is always brought up? Other countries, right?
Yeah.
You know, third world, as they call them, world, whatever. You don't even think about what's going on right here in the States. They don't look at it like that. And yeah, Epstein, he's one. I mean, poster child of that, and then all this other stuff. Just wild, man. To do a
Right.
child, you know. I mean, these some sick individuals out there, man. Because I don't understand. You know, well, like I said, it's man. You know, I'm being real selective about what I say, you know, or how I say it. But it's just, man.
It's a societal thing, because even if you take it off of celebrities, it's always someone with power that that indulges in these things. Not everyone, but it is. Take being in high school. There's a cutie you really, really like, but she won't give you the time of day. She don't talk to nobody at school. But 3 o'clock, you look, and there's Alexis on 20s coming to pick her up. Like, yo, it's like 27 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Nobody's saying nothing?
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, even if you talk to some people in their 60s and 70s. Oh yeah, I married her when she was 15.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Remember how it was in the color purple? How it was? Go marry girls, and once they start, they marry them all 13, 14 years old. I mean, it's years ago back then, around there, that was like the norm. You know, old man go around and get married some child. You know.
Yeah. And the thing about that is not to make light of that, because not to make light of that, that's wrong, right? That's wrong, right? We know that, right? But if you're Diddy, right? If you're Diddy, right, and you know what you are doing is wrong, then you should pay for whatever it is that you know is wrong. Like, bro, if you gay, be gay. Come on out the closet, bro. Wayne Brady did it, bro. I ain't yo. If you like, if you same sex, opposite sex, if you like, if you like what you like, bro, I don't care. I'm not judging.
Yeah, we're in a day and age now where that don't even. Or, I mean, truth to tell, it don't matter. Just you got all. I mean, you know, in a sense. I mean,
People been doing this for generations. This ain't new.
Yeah, and then now it's more, you know, for some it's more acceptable and everything. But you know, in the genre, you know, being hip hop mogul as they always call them, you know, they don't. It still look more. You know what I'm saying? It's not look like you should want to come out that way. But you know, you hear I mean, these rumors been going on for like not for like a month or two or a couple of years. We talking about years, you know, 10 years, 20, you know, 20 plus years, whatever. There's been all these little rumors going around. Everybody talking about the Diddy, you know, heard rumors about Diddy parties, the freak offs. You know, you got, I mean,
I'm saying when a grown man call you daddy, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, daddy. Nah, bro. Hey, relax, daddy. Bro. Chill out.
Yeah.
Chill out. Your name, wait a minute. Your nickname is Puff
Diddy. You go about Puff Daddy. You went from Sean Puffy Combs to what? The P Diddy, to Puff Daddy, to now P Diddy. Well, whatever it is. I'm like, hey, man, y'all ain't Sean. You may, hey, I may give you Sean P. That's about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it's all kinds of stuff, man. The internet has no chill. I was on Instagram and they showed a whole was Arsenio Hall. I don't know if you cats seen it.
Yeah, I saw it.
With Mike Tyson. Yeah, Mike had to move his hand. They said, see, Mike was telling us back then.
Yeah, man. Bro, if Puffy and Mike Tyson would have went off somewhere and did something backstage, I don't even care. I don't want to see it. but I don't care. You know what I'm saying? You know, but that's them. But man, What I'm saying is for the ones like a lot of times things like this become victimless and they shouldn't,
Mm-hmm.
right? The victims of this should get their justice. My thing is though, I don't know if Puffy is the ringleader. I think Puffy might be.
Up there in the rankings.
I think it's people over him forcing him to do it.
Puffy's a scapegoat. If anything, Puffy is the mentee, and somebody taught him this type of behavior.
I was
Yep.
saying it was it Clive? Was it Clive? Was it Clive Davis?
Yep, Clive Davis.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, it's Clive Davis, and then you got Will Smith's name is coming in the mix, and some implications. Rick Ross' name has been mentioned. I'm like,
Meek Mill.
Well, yeah, Meek Mill's supposedly is audio on Puffy running up in Meek Mill.
Okay, whoa, pause.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. Allegedly. There's
Allegedly,
video, audio of him running up in him. And then there's a video of him in the pool talking about, yeah, daddy, you did that, baby. Yeah, I love you. You didn't meet looking like he tired or whatever, like he been roofied out or something.
And yeah, and the thing, it's
sad, man. It's crazy.
This behavior isn't new if you go throughout history.
No,
when
it's
you
not.
have these, elite societies, people in high places, they engage in this debauchery.
Man, you can look at it like you said, Chuck. History. Look at Caesar, Caligula.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Right. I believe he is the scapegoat. Um, I think there were some elite names in that book of Epstein's, and here comes the Hall of Mirrors. Here comes the switch. You guys focus on this while we get rid of this. He's low hanging fruit. I do agree with DSJ. He's a mentee.
Right.
We can allegedly say Clive Davis, but come on, bro. This guy was a college party promoter. Like he even, I don't know if he got kicked off campus or whatever the case may be. He was a part of their street team promotions, and he ends up with $27 million to start Bad Boy Records.
Yep.
I ain't saying nothing, but I am saying something. Like, come on, man.
It's two parts of that. Let me bring my guy in real quick. Hold on, y'all.
Salute, fellas.
Hey, what's up,
good? I can be
What's up, DRE?
I was gonna say, as the great poet Curtis 50 Cent Jackson said, whatever they said he did that shit.
yeah.
And I was gonna chime in on the like the mentee aspect.
Right.
At some point, you can't let what happened in the past predict what you're gonna do in the future. He knew damn well he was wrong for a lot of the stuff he did. It was a lot of manipulation and abuse of his fame and power that went into a lot of these allegations.
Right. Yeah, and to what Chuck was saying is that bread that showed up out of nowhere, $27 million. What year, Chuck? What year was that? 1991. That was 90. That was 92, right? When he got the money.
Uh,
It was because it wasn't 93. Because in 93, well, it might have been 93, right? It might
90,
have been 90 because I think he got fired in 92. Started Bad Boy in 93, and then 94 album started coming out.
That was
93,
facts.
yeah, 93 he was fired.
Okay.
93, yeah, 93 he was fired, and then he started his label right after that. Yeah,
Fire from where? Uptown.
yeah.
Uptown, yeah.
Okay.
Bro, you talking about a skyrocket, bro?
It was very suspicious.
And so it wasn't just Clive Davis money. A Bad Boy had other small investors too that helped chip in, like the what people and so I know you guys know this already. I know you guys know this because y'all are knowledgeable in the entertainment business and things of that sort. That a lot of people don't know that, but what it is executive producers, executive producers, their job is to raise resources to put out products, right? Like there is a on-set producer that does like the stuff on set. Then there's executive producers over them that raise money, like get investors to put in order to have the funds to do these projects, right? And so when you look at Diddy and the others that initially were in on Bad Boy, it was not just the funds from just this one source. And I think there are a couple of interviews out there where a couple of the early Bad Boy investors with Puffy, they got bought out and then not bought back in. Like Puffy legit was like, "Hey, we doing so." He pulled DSJ. What's the movie when my man say the business hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5?
The Five Heartbeats.
Yeah, yeah.
Big Red from Big Red Records.
Yeah, well, yeah. Puffy pulled a big red on a lot of those dudes early on, and they still sour grapes to this day because he basically moved them out of the way, took over. You never heard from them dudes again. There's a lot of stuff like that going on, a lot of it. Right now, none of that has to do with illegal stuff, right? But the illegal stuff I'm speaking to, right? The illegal stuff I'm speaking to, like, ain't nothing wrong with people being gay. If you gay, you gay, right? If you got pronouns you want to be called, whatever,
That's your
that's fine.
business.
I'm okay with it, right?
As long as you're not hurting people in the process, there's nothing
Right.
wrong with
Yeah. The thing I'm getting at is there are certain things that we as a responsible society should keep a track of, right? Where there's smoke, there's fire. Go check it out. That should be our thing, right? But when you see somebody, DSJ, think about this. When so yo, all of y'all, matter of fact, everybody, listen. When you're at work, right? You're grinding away at work, and you put a full day's work in, right? You're like, okay. You go ask the boss for a raise. He gonna be like, you raise up out of here. I'll go find somebody else to do your job,
Mm-hmm.
right? But then you see somebody doing the same job as you, and all of a sudden they're the president of their own company.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you think, like,
Yeah, you like, hold on, that fish don't fry.
yeah, like what? Yeah, like legit. How do you get fired from a up and coming label, Uptown, that's got plenty of artists, more artists that they can do something with? You get fired from there, and a year later, Uptown is damn near out of business, and Bad Boy is the hottest label on the East Coast in a year.
Mm-hmm. You know, you had Andre Harrell over there, Uptown, Heavy D. They were up there, they were up there, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden they out the way. So it's like, what kind of hostile takeover we got going on over here?
All of a sudden, they're all of a sudden, like it wasn't like a year later. I think it was about 96. By
2
about
years.
96, Uptown was through. By the time Heavy D came out, y'all remember the song Big Daddy, Heavy D, Big Daddy?
Mm-hmm.
By the time that came out, we like, yeah, Uptown is
Yeah,
done.
Waterbed. It was that Waterbed Head album.
Yeah. Yeah, with Hoodie Cab's favorite R&B singer of all time, Monifa.
Oh, Monifa.
Shout out to Hoodie Cabs. Shout out to Hoodie Cab. Hoodie Cab probably somewhere talking about Monifa's number one. Yeah. So I guess the point that I'm getting at is I think somebody not only put a battery in his back, but somebody fueled Diddy in a criminal enterprise, basically.
Mm-hmm.
He was willing to do whatever it took to get that money, whatever it took, and he did it. And now here we are 30 years later.
Yeah, 30 plus years later, with all this. And it's a lot of names, a lot of heads gonna roll because really now, this has been an excuse. I look at it like this because, as I say, with hip hop, this is just a way for them to really get into the world of hip hop and really put some clamps on hip hop as they look at it, even though it's something they've been wanting to go for. Some may disagree, some may disagree. He's going to be looked upon because they're really looking at him as a face of hip hop. And then you got other names, like I said, Jay-Z names been coming up, because all those runners and all the people that went to his parties and stuff,
Right.
You got the Reverend T.D. Jakes walking around talking about, have you ever been swallowed? Have you been swallowed?
Oh my gosh, bro.
You've been swallowed.
There was the other pastor that had the wig that passed away too. Was Eddie Long?
Yeah.
Bishop Eddie Long. Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of those guys were definitely attached to the Diddy name.
Yeah, they were attached to that stuff, man. And you got guys saying, yeah, he was there for the freak offs, but not certain parties he was there for, not the ones that that's been really coming into questions about, same on same, action or whatever. It's all kinds like now you got people coming out of the woodworks talking about the Diddy's parties and stuff like that, and he's got a mule with his drug. It's just wild, man. This is wild. Man, they're like surviving R. Kelly. Now it's gonna be surviving Diddy. They're bringing about his relationship with R. Kelly. They were, because they said everybody knew what was going on with R. Kelly. Nobody said anything. It goes back to what you said earlier, Freezer, about people being silent and everything. So, Cat, everybody going back to the whole Cat thing. Cat Williams the one who brought it up. Said he was out there dropping, he's stating facts and stuff, and now it's just like dominoes are just falling. But I do believe that Diddy was a groomer and he was a gateway and a groomer. He ain't the big wig in the whole thing.
Right.
We'll see as it goes, because Epstein's book, all those names in that book hadn't come out, not all the way, or who was all on there. They're trying to hush up a lot of people and stuff. So
let me ask you a question
man.
real quick. Do you think that the Jaguar Wright I guess interview where she tries to connect the dots, almost like a conspiracy theorist,
but
do
all
you think
about
there's
it
some level of validity?
Can you explain it? Because I hadn't seen it.
Which one you talking about?
Basically,
the one about everybody dying and how
she was talking about where Heavy D passed away, Andre Harrell passed away, Kim Porter, and Al B. Shore almost died, went into a coma. All that while they were writing the tell-all book. Kim's probably the most notorious one, but
Craig Mack is no longer here.
Black Rob.
Yeah,
Black Rob.
Yeah. The
not
thing
even getting to all the people that went to jail.
Yeah, my thing with and so the thing about Jaguar, right? And no disrespect, and maybe disrespect, but none intended. But if accidentally, so what? It's not about what she is saying, bro. It's how she's saying stuff,
It's
right?
the messenger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's too messy for me, right? You can't tell me as the viewer that you're gonna clear something up in a messy way, right? Because if you're clearing something up in a messy way, aren't you just really making things more messy?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The thing is, she may absolutely be telling the truth and she may be onto something, but it's packaged in a way that somebody that's not messy can't follow, right?
Yeah, because I'll
And
be honest, I,
maybe,
I almost wrote it off myself if it wasn't for the fact that she's been doing this for years.
Mm-hmm.
right,
I actually was on that same wave, like, okay, I honestly wasn't even gonna listen to it,
right.
but it kept on coming back. It kept on coming back, and then like other people that were in the camp just coming out and confessing whatever they needed to get off their chest, like Gene Deal, who used to be one of the bodyguards for Bad Boy and
Yeah,
Sean
yeah, I
Combs.
seen it. Yeah, that and was
He
it
would come out,
Reggie?
he would have something to say. Easy Mo B, who produced Flavor in Your Ear and other tracks
But
for
yeah,
Bad
he
Boy,
Yeah,
would
yeah.
talk about the business practice, and then also how they actually had to get into altercations and stuff like that because of um again passes and other things that were done that was more personal.
See that, but again, that's messy. Okay, so again, that's like taking a messy step. If there was sloppy business done, you can't correlate that to sloppy crime being done, right? Because crime and poor business are two separate things, right?
Absolutely,
Like
even
like
though both are unethical.
yeah, even if it's unethical and it's legal, it's not a crime. Is what I'm saying. Even if we feel like in our hearts it's not right, but it's not a crime, it's not a crime. You know what I'm saying? Even if we feel like it's not right, right?
No,
But the thing is,
absolutely, I agree.
the thing is though, with Gene Deal and others, to me, it feels as if they have an axe to grind against Diddy, right? And listen, I'm not saying Diddy is right. What I'm saying as somebody with no skin in the game, somebody who would like to see justice done, right? I'm not on Diddy's side. I'm not on the victim side. I'm on the side of what's right, right? And so, but when you watch these people come forward and they mix allegations
with some personal stuff.
with some, yeah, what all it
Yeah,
does is it make it look gossipy,
yeah,
right?
and yeah, and I heard what you're saying because even I was, I'm not gonna lie, I've been going down to, just looking. I've been on, checking out different interviews with certain folk on YouTube and everything, and the Jaguar's been saying this for the longest. It was even remember, if I'm not mistaken, even Puffy rolled up and beat her down, didn't he? If I'm not mistaken, she stated he
Allegedly.
allegedly, yeah. So what I'm saying, she stated that he came up, beat her down, and threatened the family and all like that. And then said, "Well, why didn't you say anything earlier?" She said, "Well, because I didn't want her to have to come up with my family." But now, you know, I got to speak out. And she was saying, because even when the way she said things about with Rick Ross, saying that yeah, he's down with us, he's paying um, hush money for some stuff about his, because now they questioned, she brought it up in the interview about questioning his sexuality, and he's paying some cats in Chicago that's supposed to be related to her hush money. That's she said this on the, and I don't know which one of the interviews because she got so many out there.
All of it sound messy and gossipy.
Yeah, it is, and that's my whole thing. You stick to, I'm like this. You stick to the facts or whatever else. Now she said some stuff that's actually been that came true, or it's now starting to come to fruition, and be like, oh, okay, well maybe, but it was how you deliver your message.
And
You know what I'm saying?
Sophie, and it may be true.
Yeah,
What
but
I'm
it's
saying
how
is
you
what
deliver
she
your message.
like, yeah, Dre. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that Jaguar right is wrong, right? Right is wrong, right? I'm not saying that she's not telling the truth. What I'm saying is the way that she's preventing these things make you not want to listen to the truth.
Truth, yeah. So how you deliver that message?
Because of all the personal shots and attacks that are also attached to the information.
Mm-hmm.
It's like how people talk. It's like and y'all know, like I've been in the YouTube game for about 4 years, and in this 4 years or whatever, I made some really good friends and some really bitter, sour ass enemies that like they legit can't stand my guts, right? But things are what they are, and when they talk about me, instead of saying, "Yo, Uncle Freezy shows are such and such and such," they be like, "That sucker ass motherfucker and his shows and shit." And what it sound like when they talk about me, it sound bitter and gossipy,
like sour
right?
grapes.
Yeah, that's what it sound like. You know what I'm saying? Like when they, man, he be playing DSJ shit all the time, man, and he be promoting certain people. He got favoritism, man, and he only let certain people do. And I tried to come up there and take over, and he wouldn't let me take over. But he be letting, and like that sorry motherfucker, man, that old frog-eyed motherfucker, he be all of that stuff, bro. Even when they talk about me, bro, even if some of that stuff is accurate, even if it's most of it is accurate, right? It sound like Jaguar Wright bitter grapes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sour grapes. And you don't know what to believe and what not to believe. Right? And so the thing with Jaguar Wright, the other thing too, somebody told me, so I talked to somebody about this today, and salute to Alawaz and Bully and Corey Lee. We were having a conversation earlier too, where all of us are old enough to be around somebody that has told a lie so long that they started to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anybody, y'all been around people like that? They told a lie so long that it's a truth in their mind.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so the thing with Jaguar Wright, that may be the case of maybe there's some truth, and there is a lot of envy and jealousy where their careers went and hers didn't.
Yeah.
And a lot of bitterness. And so she might be like the thing she said about Common. Like you remember the thing she said about Common?
Said about Common. She even said something about Jill Scott.
Yeah. Like all these people that she talked about over the years, the gossip stuff. A lot of that stuff, even if there's an ounce of truth to it, it still comes across as somebody with the axe to grind. Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's maybe not a reliable narrator when it's coming from her, because you've seen all the things that she's even explicitly said that happened to her directly, where it's hard for you to take it as is from the source. And then sometimes it hits when you see it happen in the news, and it's like, okay, maybe she was onto something. But sometimes it's like it's just an unreliable narrator when it comes to someone like that, where they can be right, but the reasons that they're right may not be for the reasons you might think it is, or there's a motive behind her wanting to be right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like Janice Dickinson and Bill Cosby. She was alleging that she was one of the victims of his sexual assault,
Right.
and the stories weren't adding up. And then she became one of those people that had to recant her story. But it was so many that came out at the time, so you were like, okay, well, there's got to be some truth to this.
Right.
Which is why sometimes, like even in these type of situations, yeah, you want to believe some of the stuff. But you have to. I mean, I think for me, it's just best to question everything and everyone, despite the allegations and how many come out. We always have to do our due diligence in terms of if we're in that field of investigating, that we have to do that part of it. But you have to question everything. I mean, at the end of the day, because no matter what, you're still innocent until proven guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And
not innocent until proven guilty in the court of public opinion, but in the court of law.
Yeah,
Right.
because in the court of public opinion, you're guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the other way. And a lot of this, I mean, it was stuff that's always been said. And then I know, if I'm not mistaken, some court documents were out and they were redacted, and they redacted the stuff horribly. You can look at it and see how they redacted it. It's like, okay, you know who it was. And I know with the whole academic and meat beef, his name came out because it started with academic going over, these academics reading off the stuff, the names and stuff that was redacted and say
Right.
who it was and all like that. And that just threw more kerosene on the fire. So, I mean, that kind of started, and now this has happened. But the way they rated him, he's been under investigation for a while,
Yeah.
for a long time, because they were coordinating to hit
They
both.
need, yeah, they need more than probable cause. Like when you're talking about the feds, they need a
Hmm
little bit more than probable cause, especially when you're talking about someone as big as he is.
Yeah.
They're not going to move on probable cause. They're moving because they got all their T's crossed and I's dotted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hmm
yeah.
Yeah.
We got what we need, and now we're coming in. So as we were talking about Jaguar, right? I only take her stuff with a grain of salt. The things that I can remember, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I remember when this happened, or when this scenario happened. Okay, maybe this could be the reason why this happened. With some of the things, this right here is like, this is a Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
You can't tell me the things that are occurring right now we haven't seen in some of our favorite uh, movies based on musical acts. This has shades of
Five Heartbeats.
Five Heartbeats.
Right.
Or
Right.
Dreamgirls or Temptations. You pick whichever movie you want to use as a illustration. But the fact remains, yo, buddy, I can't say we won't know until all the facts come out about
hmm
this sexual stuff, right? But we know he's a dirty businessman.
Yeah,
Point
yeah.
blank,
We know
period.
this. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you saw what happened with Craig Mack towards the end of his life, and Black Rob. You know,
Right.
a lot of them, and then even Mace said about how he got up out of there. So, I mean,
Right.
and then one of the members, I guess the lead singer for Danity Kane, she's been saying about how he was, trying to the basically pimp them out.
Right. Right. And my thing is to now, as I hear like the allegations and stuff, my issue is, if your contracts were terrible, if you were treated, if you were dehumanized, if he tried to use you in a criminal enterprise, and all these things happened 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years ago, why are you just speaking up now? And I'm not trying to victim shame or none of that stuff. But for all of y'all, if y'all in the grocery store and somebody push y'all down, y'all are gonna do something, right? It's even if it's whether it's all the range of outcomes. Whether if somebody push you down in the grocery store, whether you call the police and have the police handle it, all the way through beating that person up, whatever the wide range of outcomes are, you are going to do something. These people here, they did nothing,
Um,
right? And until others came out, and then they came forward, and now it looks like they are piling on Diddy. And listen, pause,
No Diddy.
right?
Yeah, because I'm sure
Yeah,
I'm sure he'll let a pile on.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I was just saying. I'm pretty sure you may like that. I don't know the diddler.
And if that man had you sign um 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 non-disclosure agreements for things that you saw and you did it anyway,
Right.
You are the fool. If you
Yeah.
knew, if you heard stuff, and you like, yeah, I'm gonna sign this NDA for the rest of my life, this legally binding contract, saying that I can't mention nothing, so Diddy can slide me $10,000.
And
Was
some of them,
$10,000 worth it?
yeah, well, some of them even said they felt threatened. They feared for their lives. So
Yeah,
a lot of them were saying that. So I know Jaguar even said herself, you know, you talking about people that they gonna get you, they gonna reach out to get you. You know, it was that kind of stuff you've been hearing for
yeah,
some. I mean, but it's been more women that said this. I hadn't heard any fellas say that. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying women said, but I hadn't heard the guys say that. You know, from the little interviews I've seen. So it's, you know, like I say, you got to wait to get more information. Really, really come to it. But it's just it's this is like bananas.
To stay in the same wave as Unc, uh, where's the personal accountability come into play?
right.
Because when people say there's no choice, it's usually a choice. It's just the other part of that scenario you just don't want. So
Hmm.
you took the easy way out. Like,
Right.
not being funny, but if someone was like, "Yo, give me head, or I'll blow your brains out,"
There's always a choice.
it's so hard to say.
Yo, my pallbearers better be sharp, bro. I'm saying,
I'm telling
I'm
you.
saying my pallbearers better be dressed nice.
Now, if you were in that scenario and you came out that room wiping your mouth, I don't have anything to say. That's a choice that you made. But guess what? You got to live with that choice. That's the choice you
Hmm.
made. You could easily there have been plenty of people to walk away from deals in situations where they just weren't right.
Right.
Like, nah, I'm not going to do this.
Right.
But you can't engage in something and then have buyer's remorse, and then now you want to cry victim. And I'm not saying that's what all of these people who have come forward are doing, but like Freezy said, if you sign an NDA, if they present you an NDA before we go on this party, you
Oh,
gotta sign this paper.
And wear this type of shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo, are
With your
you
nipples out. Yeah.
this blouse? You mean this blouse? Nah,
Y-
man.
Nah, man, I ain't.
I,
Yeah.
you have an opportunity to walk away.
Right.
Now, could you be blackballed? Sure.
Sure.
Nobody want to work with you? Sure. Will it be harder for you? More than likely. But at least you know why you're working this hard.
Hey, Chuck, you know what though? What that person in that situation doesn't realize, they were blackballed anyway, right? As an artist, I don't know, and listen, I don't want to speak to the climb up the entertainment ladder, but the more research I do about actors, recording artists, athletes, models, you're blackballed from the jump, right?
Yep.
You're not gonna, you can have all the talent in the world. If you're not gonna jump through hoops to get to that fame and stardom, then you're blackballed anyway.
Um, that's
Right.
that's that's if that's what you want. If you want the fame and the stardom, and I believe that is the thing that hooks a lot of people into the industry, and they fall into these traps because they're looking for fame and stardom.
Yeah.
Because and a lot of these people do achieve the fame and the stardom, but at the end of the day, they don't end up with the money. You could have stayed, doing local shows or making art on a local level
Right.
and still having some coins in your pocket, but
Right.
you wanted everyone to know your name and they know your name,
Right.
but your name don't bring in the money it should for you.
Right. 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 And salute to Ron. I saw Ron in the chat. Keeping it. Ron is in the building. Salute to keeping it. Ron. Salute to Andios. Valiant Thor. Okay, I see y'all, man. What's good, y'all? My thing is, my thing, soul finger is, I've been asking this and I think I ask it in a way that seems disrespectful, right? But what's the difference between being a global icon making $500,000 a year, right, and a local icon making $500,000 a year?
The spectacle and the attention. That's
Mm-hmm.
legitimately it. Because
That
there are artists that crave that external validation, that want to be the superstar, regardless of how much money do they actually make. And then there are some artists that are just cool having a core group of fans that they cater to.
right,
And some guys, like the Diddies of the world, want to be the center
right,
of the universe at times.
right,
So when you bring up like how he may have went from being fired from from his original label to Bad Boy
right,
being on the up and up so quickly, we have no idea what he did to get into that position.
right, right, right. And I didn't want to speak to the rumor of it, because the rumor is him and Clive Davis go together.
Oh
That's the
God.
rumor,
Yeah.
right? That's the rumor. But let
Yeah,
me say
he was
this.
supposed to be
Hey,
his boy toy, something like that. Yep, yep.
so salute to Peter Matola. He says, "Why are we black people against each other? Blacks against blacks? Can't y'all see what this white people are doing to us?" Yeah, I wanted to get to that. That's a great comment, man. I'm glad. I'm glad you mentioned a different thing about mentioned a different perspective about it. The, my thing about that is not on our level. To me, what you're mentioning is not a soul finger issue, or a Chuck issue, or a Dre issue, or a Uncle Freezy or DSJ issue, right? Clearly, this is what okay. I think there's like a Bible verse, like, what profit a man that gain the whole world and lose his soul? I think it's kind of like how it go, right?
Right.
I think that's kind of how the verse go, right? And in the case of these black
Allegations.
young black person, young
Oh,
23-year-old black person from the ghetto, is one day he made $1,800 on a party, and the next year he's got $10 million in his bank account, right? Like, what we're talking about is, what would you do for money? You remember that song Soulfinger? What people do for money? What
oh yeah.
people do for
Mm-hmm.
money. Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah,
That's
that for
old
the
school hip
love of
hop right
money.
there,
They
right?
got that. You got the Bone Thugs for the love of money. Yo More Market for the love of money.
Yeah,
OJ's. I mean, what people do for money? It's a slippery slope for some.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
But the thing is like him selling his soul in order to come up in the music bit. Pause. To gain an advantage in the music business, right? Is not my issue. Plenty of people do it. Plenty of people have done that,
Mm-hmm.
right? My issue is who is being hurt and how they're being hurt,
In the
and will
process.
justice be served so that we can stop people committing these senseless crimes against people that are taken advantage of.
It, like I was gonna respond to the thing in the chat. I don't think this is a black people against black people thing. You know, even though the irony of it is Diddy used black people the most and underpaid them the most
Right.
and abused black people far more than he abused any other group of
But that's
people.
their fault though, because they signed the paper.
Oh
right.
yeah, and that's where I wanted to separate how it's not really a black thing. It's it's really just a
Yeah,
like
this is,
he's a
to be
Well,
predator
honest, this
whenever it
isn't
comes.
race. This is unethical. Period.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
And there's no race that separates ethics. Either it's right or it's wrong. Period.
And my separator was not Diddy versus white people. My separator when I read the comment is us tearing down another black person.
And
Nah.
that's what I mean. Like I didn't view it that way at all.
Yeah.
Now,
Because
Nah,
I
that's
will
if you
say,
could
different.
look at it,
I will say this though. I agree that culturally we can't wait to celebrate the demise of somebody else. But I look at it only from the aspect of if you're saying that because you would rather see um like somebody like Jerry Lee Lewis not get celebrated for Great Balls of Fire after being the same type of person to marry his adolescent
14-year-old cousin.
cousin,
Yeah.
or Elvis Presley being the king of rock and roll while marrying an adolescent Priscilla Presley. I mean Priscilla. Like I would understand those aspects of it. I would even understand if he was like, okay, Peter Townsend from the Who, not really facing any allegations, or might have got the slap on the wrist type of jail time for child pornography.
Yeah.
While
Mm-hmm.
we came after Michael Jackson, even in the sense of him not coming out not guilty in these in the court of law.
Yep.
Like I would understand if that was the route you were talking about. Okay, yeah, maybe I could agree with that. But
Right.
again, we're talking ethics here. This isn't us tearing him down. This is a conversation about ethics.
This is him
Yeah,
living
and
foul.
I
Really.
mean, yeah, I don't like I said, I don't. I mean, the statement was, I guess he's taking it as we wallowing around like a hog in slop, enjoying seeing this man go through what he's going through. But it's not the case because he's going by some of the stuff that's brought up, some things in the past. I didn't hear anybody on this panel say anything regarding about like, you know, all happy doing backflips and pop locking and moonwalking because of that or getting jolly. It's the same thing with the whole Shannon Sharp. You have so many people running around talking about Shannon Sharp and people doing skits, their own little skits to throw up on the internet, talk about Shannon Sharp, all because he did an interview and he's making more money, that he made so much money off of something, and now people are upset about that. But this is something totally, totally different. Nobody's, you talking about what's, the facts or the information we got out here at hand, just discussing what's going on. You know, he's got a lot of allegations pointing at him, and things about the, you know, the parties and stuff. And yeah, you got so the whole thing with TD Jakes and the Swallow. I mean, that thing is just,
It's
it's
like these
just,
people playing in your face.
yeah, they're playing in your
Yeah.
Playing.
face. They're playing it. I mean, look, I mean, you got people on YouTube that made video and put that Swallow have that Swallow portion of his sermon to a beat, and they remixed it. Uh, so it's wild. It was out there, but you got some people that's trolling and enjoying this. But overall, when you start talking about sex trafficking and then you talking about drugs on top of this and the abuse, there's nothing funny about that at all. And
Nah.
and sex trafficking, abuse, drugs. I don't get, only other color that really amounts in that whole situation is gonna be green. Damn, this is a black man or whoever else. You could be green with orange polka dots as long as you're making money off that. That's the only color. The downside is as a people, we don't need anything like this. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. You, in Black America alone, how many billionaires, or somebody with that kind of stature, that kind of money, do we have to say that, hey, this guy did it? But the sad thing about it is how many more could have made it if somebody else would have been bringing them up with them. You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of that going on.
It's always Diddy's always at the head of the snake. You don't really see anybody else around him.
Exactly. You don't really see a lot of people like that. And then also his name has come up for, I mean, it's not like this is new. His name has been in the mix on a lot of shady things.
Since the
There's all
'90s.
Yeah, since the 90s. I mean,
But he not the only. But he not the only. Yeah,
You're not the
man.
only one. You're not
yeah,
the
Yeah,
only
only
one.
one.
right.
No,
Yeah,
no,
we know the entertainment industry is shady
It's
from the
shady.
start with, bro.
Yeah, it's grimy.
I'll say this. I'll say this. If Harvey Weinstein can go to jail, Diddy can go to jail. Because
Yeah,
Harvey was
Exactly.
definitely infinitely more powerful and influential than Diddy was.
Hmm.
yeah,
So
yeah,
if he can go to jail, however, albeit it took him decades, right?
yeah, yeah.
If he can go, Diddy
Yeah.
can go.
Diddy can
Yeah,
go.
and the thing, but the thing about it is with Weinstein and with Diddy and with others, what I'm saying is there is a market out there for this, right? I'm saying there's a market out there for this. Like there are people like weirdos that are
Straight up.
invested in this. Like they get off on this certain thing. I saw a thing where I can't remember who said it, and I hate to do it. I hate to say it and not have the source, but my thing is the person that was speaking said there is only so much arousal you can get. First, you get the baddest chick in Hollywood, and
Hmm.
then you get two of them together, and then you get three of them, six of them, eight of them together, and then none of that satisfies you anymore because now you can just walk out your house and get six of the baddest chicks anytime you want. Then now you refocusing from that to now you go from being with a R&B group, right? Just say you say you one night is you and you sleep with an R&B group or a pop group or whoever, right? The next day after a while you like, man, I can get any group I want. Now the dude that was speaking said after that then you start turning to
Then what's next?
yeah, what's after that?
Hmm.
It's unfortunately how the human mind is wired.
Right.
For like excess can be the downfall.
Right. Yeah, you turn from all the finest chicks in the world to now it's men, and then it's like you can get any man you want. Now it's what's
Then
after
and
that?
then it pushes to a point where if I don't know if you guys have ever read like the Cassie lawsuit, but it turns into like things where he can just manipulate with power and that's enough
Hmm.
for him. Where it's like, okay, I'm gonna just have people do XYZ with another person because I simply can just do that. And that's how he got his kicks on. So
Yeah.
it's one of those things where it's just a perpetual rabbit hole when you
Yeah.
have access to that many people with that
Access
much
to
money.
excess is what they
Yeah,
call it.
yeah. When you have access to excess
Yeah.
with the human mind, where things will just spiral, and if you're not already morally inclined, which a lot of people are not, unfortunately, it'll spiral out of control. Like if you give $500 million to a random person, a lot of terrible things can happen
Yep.
with five hundred million
Yep.
dollars.
I'm signing Julius Randle to a lifetime contract, bro.
Oh, OG getting that 300 million for not playing.
Yeah, yeah, off rep. Off rep before I even get home.
Oh man, but it's absolutely that. Like he when Diddy got exposed to a certain lifestyle, and it just kept elevating and elevating, or depending how you look at it, going downhill
Right.
from a moral standpoint. It's almost like it's kind of like what do you expect? It- like he has legitimately money to get people disappeared and has probably done it.
Yeah, and that goes back to what I was saying that interview Jaguar had. She said she was saying stuff like that. You know, he had the ability to reach out and touch people like AT&T.
Right. Yo, did y'all hear about Meek Mill getting in his car and the brakes was out? He was in a car accident.
No.
I
No,
didn't hear about that.
Right after the thing came out and Meek Mill that it was hinted at that Meek Mill was gonna snitch. He got in his car and a car he never drove ever.
The Hummer, it
First,
was like a Hummer EV, and he
yeah, the
crashed
first
it.
time he get in there, he in a car accident. The brakes went out on it.
I'll give you this. In the Cassie like affidavit, she said like her and Diddy had broken up for some time, and then she started dating like Kid Cudi,
Yeah,
and basically she said Diddy blew up Kid Cudi's car outside of his
Yeah,
home.
yeah. I didn't know who it was, but I knew it was a rapper. Yeah, I
yeah,
heard about that part.
Yeah, just because she was dealing with him at that time, and it bothered him. And from that point, she kind of feared for her life. So she just kind of just figured, like when you have money like that, you kind of can track someone whenever you
Yeah,
wanted
same
to
thing was
at
said
all
about
times.
Ryan Leslie.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So she like feared for her life after that point, which kind of went down into a rabbit hole of her being forced to do a lot of things
Right.
against her will because he just has so much money and power and enablers because
And
he has the
influence.
money and
Yeah.
power. Like people will just go along with whatever he asks because he has enough money to just change your life,
Yo,
enough
and
influence to
you
just
know
change
what,
your life.
Dre? Here's another thing to that point. The more like the deeper you get in the game, the more you realize people will do that shit for free
Hmm.
just to be down. Oh, you want me to cut his brake cord? I got you, bro.
Just to be adjacent.
Yes.
It's like it's funny. Rich people get all the free things
Yeah.
when they get usually just pay for
Yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy
it.
in the sense that
It's
that that
yeah. Go ahead,
the
please.
the triumvirate has always been which would you prefer, money, power, respect, right? And the thing about it is you can want all the respect of the world, but respect don't pay bills. And you
Hmm.
can have all the money in the world, but people don't have to fear you or respect you,
Yep.
right? But power corrupts. Power will have you power will have your moral compass spinning in a circle 360, right? Because your moral compass is now not about humanity, it's about you. What do
It's
I
like
want? What's best for me?
X. It's like ones and zeros at that point.
Yep. Yep.
And, and having power and that much money and influence, it'll legitimately corrupt you. Like nobody needs $1 billion. To be finally honest, would I take it? Of course I would. But like
You know how long it would take
it'll
you to
change
work
your
on your
life.
time to make $1 billion, bro? It
About 300,000 years.
yes. Bro, you would have to work. I think I saw it on a Netflix special. A regular human being would have to work 50 hours a week until before the birth of Christ in order to make $1 billion.
that that doesn't even like make sense.
That don't even make
No.
sense, bro.
And, and it's just like, oh my god, you see how it changes people.
Yeah.
Like money even on a smaller scale can change people. Like people could you see how people switch up once they hit like a certain like someone makes $150,000. You see how they switch up on people so quickly.
Yeah.
And
Man,
and, and that's just not even the grand scale. That's just a micro scale. Like
Yeah. I
I've
see.
seen
You should see how people switch up on YouTube, bro. Like you be friends with people on YouTube, bro, and then they channel get like 5,000 subscribers, bro. They don't
a
even.
little status.
Yeah,
and then they start acting brand new.
Uncle Freezy, who? Uncle Freezy. Okay, I think I remember that happened to me too. By the way, with two people that y'all know and respect, right? That
Wow.
happened to Uncle Freezy. Who is you have a channel? Maybe I can come through and look at it.
The whole
Really,
time
bro?
you were
Really?
on my
When you used
channel.
to ask me for the link? Okay, okay. It's kind of like how Fat Joe talk about Bad Bunny. Y'all ever heard that
Hmm.
story?
No, I
Mm-mm.
did.
About how Bad Bunny used to be around Fat Joe and them all the time, begging to get on Terror Squad. He begging, yo, just put me on, yo, just put me on, put me on, put me on. And then I think Bad Bunny came out with a joint at the same time as All the Way Up. And then after that, Fat Joe saw Bad Bunny somewhere, and they were like, "Yo, Bad Bunny, this is Fat Joe backstage," and he was like, "Who?"
People act brand new, crazy.
Yeah, acting
That man
brand new.
said,
up in there.
"Who?"
He said,
Yo, that's wild, bro.
he never heard of well, not arguably. He is one of the largest Latin rappers ever.
Yeah,
Never heard of him. Even though I make Latin rap.
bro. Y'all gotta see. Look up when you get a chance. Look up the Fat Joe telling the story about Bad Bunny, bro. When you see it, bro, you're not gonna believe it, bro. I know cats do me like that on YouTube now. Like YouTube cats, they be coming up. They channel have like 17 subscribers or whatever, and they were like, "Yo, man, I just want to get can you help me?" And then I'd be on the phone with them for like 3 hours on a Saturday night, and Moby looking at me like, "Yo, what you doing? We supposed to be out." I'm like, "Yeah, just one more thing." And then they get like 4,000 subscribers.
You
And
drop
they
some
be like,
gems, and then they act like they don't know you, or nothing you said actually helped them get to where they are.
Yeah.
Like the pitfalls for YouTube, and you give people the expedited test.
Yeah.
And people act like they don't know. It's unfortunate, and this happens on YouTube. This happens in real life. This happens in careers. This happens.
Yeah.
It happens within your own family.
If it happened on a small scale on social media, it's happening at record labels, bro.
Yeah.
So my thing is just to put a bow on this thing real quick. It's like, you can't even have the Diddy conversation, bro, without saying something. Pause, right? just to wrap up for this segment of the Diddy conversation. I think there are a lot of names that are going to come out, and I think the ones that were attached to the Weinstein thing that didn't come out, pause,
gonna be there,
are definitely going to come out. Yeah, you can't say pause. You can't say nothing in this thing.
You just gotta say no Diddy.
No Diddy. No Diddy.
No diddler.
You're right. Right.
But there's a lot of enablers, and then there's a lot of people that have been blackmailed.
Right.
Into supporting him, because he definitely. I already know he's put people in compromising positions.
Mm-hmm. Or you saying they've been Diddy mailed?
Yeah.
They've been Diddy mailed.
Yeah, Christopher Williams and all them guys. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that have been diddled by the diddler. So,
yeah.
Whether knowingly or unknowingly.
Yeah. Hey, DSJ, you got something before we get out of here, bro?
Nah, I'm cool. Listen, I just want to say that I appreciate the conversation. Hopefully this gives some insight into again, thoughts and processes through this ordeal. Let's also remember that these victims should also be celebrated for the courage of coming forward.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. And for those that were harmed and seeking justice, you got systems out here that will support you and help you get the help that you need. You know what I'm saying? For those that were illegally harmed, man, it's things out here to help y'all. But again, check out Carolina House Entertainment. The Patreon page is up and running. If you like to support, whether it's like $1 a month, $2 a month, $3 a month, whatever it is, go to Patreon, search for Carolina House Entertainment. The page is brand new. Go check those guys out, man. Support them because they need the financial backing and the ideas and all that stuff as a young entity trying to get started You know, they don't want to go and throw themselves on Diddy couch, right? They want to legit. They legit want to do it the right way, right? Right. Also, check out Lawrence Tears on Patreon. We have a lot of stuff headed over there. I think everybody is looking to make the move. So at some point, you'll see a lot of us maybe shifting gears as the social media platforms causes us to shift gears and stuff in order for us to survive. Thank y'all again for coming through. Oh, hey, DSJ, real quick. Chuck, real
Yeah.
quick, before I get out of here, man, I want to throw a rock in y'all shoe. Otherwise, if you look in peace, bro. But otherwise told me I was wrong for saying that I don't like De La Soul. Right. And here's why I said it, right? I'm not trying to put a rock in anybody's shoe. What I'm saying is there is a De La Soul with Prince Paul that I loved. And then there was a De La Soul after Prince Paul where I felt like they were just random cats. DSA, am I wrong for saying that I love the Daisy Age De La Soul better than I like the kind of street knowledge dudes?
No, I mean, your personal preference is always going to be your personal preference. I don't think there should be right or wrong for that.
Okay. Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't want to disrespect De La Soul because they are a great group, icons in hip hop and all of that. I just think after '93, I think we kind of parted ways a little bit. It's like the same thing with Big Daddy Kane. Like there is a Juice Crew Big Daddy Kane, and there is the Prince of Darkness that he made a left turn and I went straight.
Dog went and did Playgirl and wasn't rocking it.
That man out here wearing a bullfighter outfit in videos. How you standing next to Coogee Rap dressed like a bullfighter, bro?
Oh my god!
I just can't, bro. I just can't. And I know a lot of that is testosterone, man, overly. Mo will tell you, bro. Mo be like, yo, you do too much with this manly stuff. Like, do you have to have the loudest truck, right? Do you have to wear trucker hats everywhere?
Yes.
Right? Do you have to? Yeah, I'll be trying to tell her, like, yo, why you gotta grunt when we in the gym? I'm a man. Right? Shout out to Triborough Gigolo in the chat. So Triborough, bro, I'm trying to get up with you, bro. We gotta do a top 10, bro. Hey, try. I gotta get up with you, bro. We gotta do a top 10, bro. But everybody, hey, Soulfinger, you got something before we get out of here, man?
No, I'll just say this, man. This whole situation with the Diddler and all this stuff, I would just say just let all the information come out and just let it fall the way it's gonna fall. That's all you can do. But we still need, get together and whenever schedules can realign, do Road to Perdition and the other movies, and probably get back on some and get back into that movie talk like we did, but have other conversations like this as well. With you in school and everything, and we all just need to get back together, try to get in.
I want to talk about that TV show Warrior.
No, definitely talk about that too.
I want to talk about fire. Young June and Assam.
Yeah.
Hey, Dre, have y'all seen that show, the Spaghetti Western Warrior?
No, I haven't.
What's it on?
What it's on Max right now.
It's on Max now.
Really?
And it's on Max and it's on Netflix now.
Bro, Chuck, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't tell you what to do with your time or nothing, but it's a must watch.
Yeah,
because it's got like a small hip hop element to it, like the intros, like they rapping in Cantonese, so it's got like a hip hop element to it, a spaghetti western.
I put it on my watch list.
And if y'all remember that show Deadwood? on HBO?
Oh
Yeah.
I know about it. I never watched it though.
Bro, it's yeah.
Yeah, you get to see it from the because this got a little bit of everything in it,
And
and
it's got the finest little Chinese meat out in there, bro. You like, oh, shit,
yeah, the one that running the brothel.
yo, yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
oh, my
Yeah,
goodness, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
oh my
I
I'm
just
just
put it on my watch list
I'm gonna
for.
just tell you, man. You seeing cats get hit with a fist
Damn,
and a
that's the
foot at the
first
same
thing that
time.
popped up on my thing on my Max. I
bro,
opened up Max and Warrior was the first thing I
Yeah, I'm telling
bro,
you, man. Look, people getting hit with a fist and a foot at the same time. They all about getting it sticky. I tell
yeah,
you that, man.
yeah,
So just remember that term. Let's go get sticky. Just
yeah, 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 yeah. Um. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Triborough, I hit you up on IG. I'll do that. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all everybody for watching. Dre, you open to doing a top 10?
top 10 for what?
So I started this thing of doing top 10 lists, and for everybody it's different,
Yeah.
right?
Is it top 10 for what? Oh, well, you're getting into it.
So
My bad.
so so me and Coach Malpica, we did the top 10 songs of all time,
Okay.
right? And so what I wanted to do is do some more. Like I was gonna talk to Chuck about doing the top 10 cars of all time, vehicles, just cars.
Cars. Ooh.
Yeah,
man,
the top 10
that
cars
pacer.
of all time, bro.
You got to put the pacer in there, freeze.
Yeah, you gotta
Dedicated to
Gotta put
MPPs.
put that
Fat.
B210 in there.
Yes, sir.
That
gotta
sky
put.
blue B210 hatchback with the crack
Yeah,
back windshield.
man, between that pacer and that gremlin.
Hey, look, don't look down on the Geo Prism.
Oh man, yeah, man.
Let me know when DeLorean's #1 on everybody's list.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. When we say like top 10 cars, are we talking like pop culture wise, like, or an actual?
It'll be your list. It'll be our top 10. We
Okay.
don't need approval from
Hey,
nobody.
man, it's
We set the parameters.
Suzuki
Okay.
Samurai.
Yeah. And so what I was gonna ask you though, Dre, is top 10 hip hop beats, right? Of all time.
Ooh.
Like the top 10 hip hop beats of all time. And we just sit there and we don't have to be in a rush. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no rush. We just, you know what I'm saying, go through it, maybe take some time away from YouTube. Like if we doing this right here, like if you say Ashley's Roach clip, I'm like, ooh, that's my joint. Then I'll take it like 30 seconds to go back and refresh it. Then let's like, yo, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Well, I can tell you now, Dre's favorite beat is gonna be "Come Clean" by J. Rue the Damager.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was gonna first thing that came to mind when you said that was Respiration by Black Star
By
and
Black
Common.
Star.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you saying that to me? I started thinking about shook ones.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. And so Dre, if you open to it, we can
Oh yeah,
schedule.
I'm down. I'm down.
Okay, yeah, we'll just like whatever. We'll hit each other
Just
up
hit me.
behind this.
Just hit me. Yeah, just hit me.
Yeah. Hey, Chuck, you want to do a top 10, man?
I think check here. He might not be here.
He may have stepped away from. He may have
Yo,
stepped. Yo, hey, you open to doing a top 10 list?
sure. Let's do it.
Top 10 cars, top 10 cars of all time.
Yeah, let's do
Okay. All right. So, hey, yeah, and how the top 10 works is it's not an exact science, but generally what we do is we put 20 items out there, about 20, right? And then we whittle the list to 15. We shoo away the flies, like the ones that accidentally made the list. And then the last 5 to 8 the last songs number 7 through 15, just about. We always whittle that down. We have conversations, debate, and argument over those songs because usually the top 5 are undeniable. Right. Usually the top 5 are undeniable. Like if me and Chuck did a list of the top 10 cars of all time, we know Corvette has to be on the list.
Yep.
Right. So we won't even once we put Corvette on the list, we won't even touch it. right? And what we may argue over is what year Corvette, but Corvette is on the list, just like in a list with hip hop beats, right? Probably what's the Wu-Tang Clan beat that everybody think is one of the greatest beats of all time?
Triumph.
Triumph. Yeah. You may put
I
that on
don't.
there.
Bro, I might be biased. Triumph is probably not top 5 RZA beat for me, but that's just me.
Ooh. What?
I just never bought the hype. But this is where my lack of not being old enough, because I never was out and about like in a club and heard it or something, so
Right.
I wouldn't
Well,
know the
shame
actual.
on the
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because like if the actual experience of hearing it is a little in its element when it was at its highest, when it was at its peak, is a little bit different. Where I'm revisiting it as a teenager or and as an adult, it's not the same.
Right.
Because like I'll say this, like "Hate Me Now" it sounds absolutely crazy in the system.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, bananas. Yeah.
But I don't know if anybody would have it as like a top 30 rap beat of all time. No, but for what it was, the time and the period it dropped, ironically, no Diddy. Diddy was on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say whenever we get to I hope it's this week that we can do it. But I think I'm gonna put we gonna make it on that list, and I'm
Oh,
not listen, I can't back down on that one, bro. Jadakiss.
have you ever heard Alchemist was doing a beat battle against another producer, and he played the sample for "We Gonna Make It," and everybody went absolutely bonkers at the beat
Right.
battle. Like there's a video of it on YouTube. But
I'm gonna have to check it out.
yeah, bro, as soon as he played the sample, just the sample, not the actual beat, it
Yeah.
because they played all the way to the lead up to that point, and the
Right.
crowd was like, what is this?" And then they heard the actual sample for the sample that kept getting looped, and the crowd just went crazy.
I can imagine, bro.
And funny enough, Alchemist said like that "We Gonna Make It" beat. A lot of people had a chance to use it, and they just never did.
They just didn't.
Mm.
They just didn't. Hey, Soul Finger. Can you do top 10 sneakers of all time?
Mm.
Ooh.
I could. I got my fair share of sneakers, but I'm not a true sneakerhead, so it'd be more
Oh, we
like
I
might need to find a
I
sneaker.
I join. I
I'm
join.
about to say I'm definitely a sneakerhead. So if you want to have that conversation, or you know what,
If you want,
no, because I've
if you
already been
want,
in top 10.
if you want to see the video I was talking about, I dropped it in the private chat. It was Alchemist doing a beat battle against Just Blaze like a
Okay.
Mm.
decade ago,
Okay.
and then there was actual all the parts to it are actually there. It's more than a decade ago. Damn, it's like 15 years.
Okay. Now, and so okay. So just real quick, I wanted to explain the point. So the top 10 thing, we're gonna clip parts of it to put on Instagram, TikTok, and other social media platforms. So it's a crispy pace. It's a crispy pace, but it's not rushed. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
Hmm.
So we just try to stay on track. Like
Yeah.
like if we get on this topic, we ain't talking about nothing else. We just staying on this topic and then working with our way through, and then the end product we'll put out there on social media for other people to decide.
Freezy acting like he not a good conductor. You
Yeah, man,
know.
I be trying, bro. I will stray. You know me. I will drift. But hey, man, that's all I got, man. Thank you everybody for coming through and hanging out with us, man. Thank you for the conversation and such. I hope this helped others cope and or provided information so that to bring you up to speed with what's going on out here in the world. That's all I got, everybody. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
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 That's sneakers